Welcome back, my friends, to another video here on the channel. Today we got a bunch of gaming news for you guys today. If you guys are new to the channel, you don't know what we do in the channel, we do a variety of gaming content, gaming news videos like this one. We also do let's plays and gameplays and different things like that, so keep it locked on the channel if you guys are into a variety of content. We're on the road to 100k subscribers, so if you guys are new, share with your friends and all the good stuff. If you guys want to help grow the channel and the community and all the good stuff. By the way, thank you guys so much for your all your recent support, man. This month has been really cool. You guys have been absolutely amazing this month with your support. I really appreciate all the love you guys have been showing all the content in the video. So like always, if you guys want to check out any of the social links down in the description below, like my Twitch, Twitter, if you want to join our community Discord, my Nintendo channel, all that's down in the description below. Check it out. So today we're going to be talking about a bunch of different things, so we're not going to waste time. We're going to jump straight into it. First off, my friends, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. There's been a little bit of confusion about whether this game's going to be running at 60 frames 4K, 30 frames 4K, how many frames, what resolutions. It's been crazy. So from Germany, so German Eurogamer actually posted this. They said in the article that apparently, according to a current report from Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will actually indeed run at 4K 60 FPS on both Xbox Series X and on PS5. So previously they had confirmed that it was going to run at that on Xbox Series X. Everybody was wondering, well, what about PS5? Is it going to be the same on PS5? Is it going to only be 30 frames on PS5 at 4K? Now it's confirmed that apparently both Xbox Series X and PS5 are going to run at 4K 60 frames per second. The question is, though, the question still remains, is that going to be performance mode? Does that mean you have to disable things like ray tracing? Are your textures going to be a little bit lower? Your draw distance, is that going to reduce your draw distance? Different things like that, shading, all that good stuff, shadowing, whatever. So I'm sure maybe if you want way nicer graphics, maybe there's probably going to be an option for 4K at 30 frames. If you want nicer graphics, if you want smoother frame rate, then maybe it's going to be like some kind of performance mode. We've seen stuff like that with like Tomb Raider on the Xbox One X and things like that as well. So yeah, that's pretty much news for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We're going to move on to the new Xbox controller. So nothing super crazy, but it's worth mentioning. The new Xbox controller is going to have a share button on it finally. So it's the new Xbox controller is going to be very similar to the current Xbox One controller, which why fix what isn't broken, right? Instead, they're just adding some subtle things that are going to increase the quality, I guess, if you will, of the controller, which is one of them is including a share button. So on PS4 we've had a share button. If you want to take a screenshot, you can you like hold down or click once or whatever. I can't remember exactly what it is. I think you double click it or something if you want to take a video, and you hold it down if you want to take a screenshot. Well, the way it's going to work on Xbox Series X, well, Series X and Series S with this controller is the share button is now going to act similarly. So if you push it down once, it's going to take a screenshot. If you hold it down for a couple seconds, it's going to take a video clip. So previously on Xbox One, the way you had to do that is you had to open up the friggin' whatever you call it, the dashboard, like the quick menu, by clicking the Xbox button on the controller, and then you had to push Y or X to take a screenshot or a video. And that was very annoying, because especially like if you're in an exact moment, maybe it's an action sequence, you want to take a screenshot in the middle of a cool action sequence. By the time you do that, the action sequence, you've missed your shot already. So this is going to definitely help get those, especially those clips and those screenshots a lot more easily. So yeah, new share button on Xbox controller. What do you guys think about it? Moving on from the Xbox controller, we're going to talk about Xbox pre-orders. We're gonna actually have two different sections for pre-orders. So we're going to talk a little bit in a little bit about pre-order info, and more pre-orders are going to be coming. But for this one, I want to talk about the fact that apparently fans I've been mixing up the Series X and the One X for good reason. They're very confusing to to understand what's the difference between the two, especially if you're a casual gamer. Even if you're not a casual gamer, I myself, I refreshed the Amazon page when the pre-orders were live, and for a split second I seen the One X, and I knew it was the One X, but for like that split second, I almost clicked on it because I thought it said Series X, but it didn't say Series X, it said One X. So apparently some people may have actually pre-ordered it. So on Amazon, the sales rank for Xbox One X has gone up 747%. Sales rank is 331. It was 2,804. So it went up significantly due to I guess fans getting mixed up. So I don't know how many people, if that means a bunch of people actually pre-ordered, or not pre-ordered but ordered the One X. If so, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be surprised in just a couple weeks or a week when they actually get a One X showing up at their door, and they're going to think they got an early Series X. So I feel bad for those people. If you're one of those people, make sure you double check your Amazon order or wherever you ordered it from to make sure you got the correct the correct console. You didn't get the One X. Again, very confusing. I still am not crazy about the naming that they went with, the Series X and Series S. Seems kind of like a Nintendo thing where, Nintendo had the 3DS, then the new 3DS, new 3DS XL, the 2DS, the new 2DS. Like, dude, it's crazy. It's not very good naming. It's very confusing for a lot of consumers and all that good stuff. So it's what's even funnier though is that apparently even Microsoft themselves are getting a little bit confused about the naming. So apparently Microsoft, when they posted an article about Destiny 2 Beyond Light coming out for pre-order and that how it's going to be available on the Series X, this is what they had to say. Destiny 2 Beyond Light is available for pre-order now and will be coming to the Xbox One Series X. So they didn't say the One X and they didn't say the Series X. They called it the Xbox One Series X. So that's even more of a confusing name. And then they, went on to say about how it's going to run natively in 4K 60 FPS, which is super exciting, by the way, for Destiny on console. It ran like that on PC, but not on console. So really exciting for Xbox Series X and PS5 users that are going to be experiencing that for the first time. So anyways, it's a little bit funny that Microsoft themselves got a little bit confused about the naming. So it'd be nice if they could somehow clarify the naming a little bit more easily. But I mean, at this point, they can't really change the name. Both consoles are named, so just be careful that you don't accidentally get the One X. I think they actually had said they're going to be stopped producing the One X, or are they keeping it? I can't remember if it's the one. I think the One S is the one they're keeping from the Xbox One family, and it's the One X that they're going to stop producing. So at some point it's going to be less confusing because there will not be a One X to purchase unless you're buying it used. Then you'll still get confused. So moving on from Xbox, let's go to PS5 real quick. We're going to come back to the Xbox pre-orders to talk about a different part of the pre-order stuff, more details in a minute. But PS5, so there's a rumor going around. Now, this is a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. There's a rumor the Metal Gear Solid is going to be getting a remake. They're going to be remaking the game. This is actually according to a YouTube channel, Red Gaming Tech, which apparently, according to Push Square, has been known to provide some accurate leaks in the past, although they specialize in hardware information rather than software. According to the source, and the source apparently has a 100% track record up until this point. So it is worth noting that this source has been accurate on every single thing they've leaked so far. They're saying that Metal Gear Solid is supposed to have a full remake, not some port, not a remaster. They're not just porting it over. It's going to be an actual remake. So I guess similar like Final Fantasy VII remake. They're going to be it's going to be something like that, I guess, to give you a rough idea, right? Final Fantasy VII remake wasn't a one-for-one to Final Fantasy VII, obviously, because we only got part one. They expanded it. So I don't know if that means they're going to be expanding the story as well in Metal Gear Solid, or what that entails, if that is true. The source actually also states that apparently Metal Gear Solid 2, 3, and 4 are all going to be re-released, but it sounds like those are going to be more remasters and actual full remakes. So it sounds like it's only going to be one that's going to be a remake. It's also unclear, whether those games are going to be coming to PS5, but apparently the remake of Metal Gear Solid, like the original Metal Gear Solid, is coming to PS5 and PC, whereas 2, 3, and 4 remasters are coming to PC, but I guess the source isn't sure if they're also going to be coming to PS5 as well, which I'm sure they would be, but very interesting stuff. So again, it's a rumor, take it with a grain of salt. Thought it was worth mentioning. I guess we'll find out at some point if it is true, and all that good stuff. So Microsoft, obviously, if you guys didn't hear, they bought Bethesda recently, or the parent company Bethesda, ZeniMax Media, and apparently they're planning to buy more studios. I don't know which studios. Obviously, there's been rumors that they've been trying to work out a deal with Bungie. That's apparently constantly fell through. Some of the folks over at Bungie denied that was even true. So I don't know if that is true, and maybe they're just, obviously not ready to announce it, so that's why they're denying it, or if it actually is not true. But it wouldn't be surprising, because Microsoft seems like they're trying to acquire as many studios as possible, and just kind of build that, especially for Game Pass, to be able to put as much as they can in Game Pass. Game Pass is super huge right now, which, by the way, Game Pass has actually surpassed 15 million subscribers, which is absolutely insane. So like I keep saying, Microsoft's trying to sell you guys Game Pass. Well, not you guys, like us, the consumers. They're trying to sell us Game Pass this, this console generation. I think that's their main focus. Obviously, they want to sell consoles and hardware as well. But I think they're more focused on trying to get Game Pass into people's hands. They don't care if you play it on PC or, or xCloud or on, one of your consoles, Xbox One family, the Xbox Series family, whatever it is. They just want you to play. And yeah, so they're apparently going to be looking to purchase more. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, if I'm pronouncing his name right, he made some recent comments on how they want to expand. So actually, in an interview with CNET, he spoke about the significance and the importance of content tied to the Xbox brand, which includes Game Pass. He explained that it is content that allows for greater access to communities, a sentiment that is held by or shared by head of Xbox Phil Spencer. He also explained that despite the massive deal, there's always more content. He stated that Microsoft will always look for places where there is more commonality of purpose, mission, and culture. He further continued to elaborate, and then Microsoft's always looking for new ways to expand inorganically, which makes complete sense. The use of inorganically speaks directly to things like acquisitions of developers and properties instead of building studio approach, which Nadella comments on earlier within that interview. But in another part of an interview, he actually said something else, which this is what he had to say. I'll throw it up on the screen. He says, you can't wake up one day and say, let me build a game studio. Nadella said in an interview that after the company announced its $7.5 billion cash purchase of ZeniMax Media, which owns several industry-leading game developers, including Bethesda and ID Software, the idea of having content is so we can reach larger communities. That's why Microsoft will consider buying even more video game companies in the future, he said, and why it continues to invest in its Xbox Game Pass subscription service. Content is just the incredible ingredient to our platform that we continue to invest in, Xbox head Phil Spencer said in that same interview. This doubles the size of our creative organization. So again, the whole thing is they just want to increase that I guess increase, the more studios they own, increase how much they can include in Game Pass day one. Again, Game Pass is huge for Xbox and Microsoft, and they're really trying to push that. And it has great value. Honestly, Xbox Game Pass has insane value. I don't even know how they can actually sustain, Xbox Game Pass, because it seems like an absolute steal. It's amazing. And if you aren't subscribed to it, I highly recommend it. That's not an ad, by the way. I don't get anything for telling you guys that. I just think it's an amazing value for what it is. So, yeah, so I guess Microsoft looking to buy more studios. Who do you think Microsoft will buy next, or who do you want Microsoft to buy next? Let me know in the comment section below. So finally, we ended with the Xbox Series X and Series S pre-order info. So first off, did any of you guys snag a pre-order? Let me know in the comment section below. I made a video that actually kind of I talked about my experience with pre-ordering it and how I felt like the PS5 was easier to pre-order than the Xbox Series X and Series S. If you guys want to check out the video, it's up on the channel. You guys can go check it out. But what was your experience with that? I know a lot of people are having a lot of trouble. Obviously, one of the biggest factors in that is that there was an exact release date and time that everybody had, which also helped scalpers. Scalpers had their bots ready. All this crap was, just ready to go. And scalpers were not too slow to get their ads up on eBay. They're already up on eBay. Series X, Series S for like double, triple the price. It's absolutely disgusting. I hate it, man. I hate the scalping market. I can't say it enough. I despise it, man. It sucks. Like if you're gonna sell it, resell it for like maybe 50 bucks more, it's passable. I still don't like it, but it's passable. But once you start, selling it for 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 bucks more, double the price, triple the price, you're insane. You're crazy. And anyone who buys that is even crazier. So don't buy it, okay? Don't waste your money. have some patience. You're going to get another pre-order opportunity or even a launch day walk-in from the sounds of it. So Microsoft actually tweeted out the following. They said, "We are humbled by the record-breaking demand for Xbox Series X and S. Huge thanks to everyone for the excitement. If you weren't successful today, be sure to sign up with retailers for updates and expect more consoles to be available on November 10th. So that last sentence makes it sound like there is going to be walk-in availability. It sounds like if you didn't get a pre-order, you might be able to line up the morning of, but that's the problem, right? You're gonna have to probably go line up. I don't think you're gonna have to line up overnight. You know, I don't think we're in that era anymore. You're probably still gonna have to line up early enough, like a few hours before launch. You know, let's say your local retailer opens up at like 9 a.m. I'll get there as early as possible, right? 5, 6 a.m. if you can. You know, 3-4 hours early is ideal. But you know, especially with everything going on in the world today with the pandemic and stuff, you know, wear your masks. If you're gonna be doing this, wear your freaking masks. Try to keep some social distancing if you're gonna do this, but wear your mask. Don't go there without a mask, man. It's just not a good idea. But yeah, so it sounds like there's going to be some kind of availability on launch day. Even if you don't go in store, maybe there's going to be a way to order it online launch day, which obviously you're not going to get it launch day if you order it online, because then obviously you have to wait for it to process the order and the order to be shipped and all that. But you'll still get one within the launch window. So it sounds like, you know, Microsoft, Xbox are trying to provide additional units, you know, for people to be able to get one who wasn't able to pre-order. Again, there might be some more pre-order availability at some point. Maybe another wave of pre-orders. We know that the PS5 has had you know, a couple times where, you know, pre-orders have popped up on this retailer or that retailer. So that's why they say, you know, stay up to date with, you know, your local retailers. Most of them you can sign up for email updates, which doesn't really matter because by the time you get emails, they're probably sold out anyways. The best bet, honestly, is to have a Twitter account because a lot of different people post about it. I try to post about it as much as I can. There's Wario64. You know, Jeff Keighley posts about it to some extent. There's a bunch of people. I'm drawing a blank on who else, but there's a bunch of people you could follow. You know, in the gaming community that will you know, give you updates, especially Wario64. Wario64 is always on top of this stuff, and like I said, you know, if you want to follow me too, I try to post it as much as I can when I can. So give you guys a few different options, you know, and turn on notifications for, you know, any of these retailers or companies or accounts that you're following that may, you know, be tweeting about it. So then, you know, once you get the tweet, you'll be like, okay, I can go pre-order. So yeah, hopefully you guys can secure a pre-order. If you didn't get a pre-order, and I don't know if there's going to be an extra wave. It sounds like there might be an extra wave, but if not, it sounds like there's at least going to be extra units available, you know, on launch day for walk-ins. So you know, you might still have luck with that as well. And even if you don't, I'm sure they're going to restock, you know, shortly after. PlayStation already confirmed that, you know, PS5s are going to come later on in 2020. So if you don't get one launch day, you know, probably like 2, 3, 4 weeks later, you know, maybe like late November, early December, whatever, there's probably going to be, you know, more availability for you. So it's probably going to be similar with the Xbox Series X and Series S, though the Series S seems to be more limited than the Series X. So keep that in mind as well. So that's it for today's news for now. There might be more, but for now, that's it, my friends. Let me know what you guys think about it all in the comments below. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, guys. New, like I said, share with your friends, all that good stuff. We were trying to grow this community, you know, up to 100K. Well, I was gonna say before launch of these consoles, but we're pretty close to launch, so I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching. You can check out all the social links down in the description below. Let me know if you guys have pre-ordered any of these consoles: PS5, Xbox Series X, Series S, whatever. And stay safe, stay well. See you guys soon. Till the next one. Game on.